There's a musical chess game going on in the fashion world. No one can deny it. The creative directors are moving from one atelier to another, driven by the change of generations and ambitions of luxury business. Pier Paolo left Valentino and Michelle took his place. Walter Cipollone at Blumerine left his place to David Coma after presenting only one successful collection in the winter season. In June, Virginie Viard left the creative direction of Chanel, leaving the position vacant until now. Everything is going around. New designers, new collections, new trends, but the same luxury. From the runways to the shelves of famous luxury stores, the fragrance line follows the same rhythm. It's a different time, girl. Less Hollywood faces and more Gen Z. The cast is new. JISOO for Miss Dior, Timothy Chalamet for Blue by Chanel, and our favorite girl Zendaya for Lancôme over Julia Roberts. As I said, change. But the classics are still alive, whether in bolder or sweeter versions. They are timeless and continue to be everyone's favorite. From Chanel to Versace, all campaigns have new faces. And the muse of the moment is none other than Rihanna. If you were used to seeing Charlize Theron in Jardin campaigns while waiting for your flight, I'm sorry, but forget it. Dior opens a new chapter of the J'adore family with the next campaign. And there's no better way to do it, if not with Rihanna, chosen to take on the position the actress held for the last 2 decades. Rihanna is everything the fragrance says, full of personality, independence, and sensuality. Real Dior woman and perfect duo. But going back in time, this partnership with the French Maison is not new. Let's go. The year is 2016, and the Maison Dior announced its first partnership with Rihanna. At the time, Anti was the album of the year with singles like Work, Love on the Brain, and Kiss It Better. Top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was the right time for Dior to take Rihanna to Paris. Directly from Versailles, the campaign surprised with an extra track from the singer's album on the soundtrack. To the sound of Only If for a Night, Rihanna walked through Versailles wearing an all-black look with Dior So Real sunglasses and metallic silver diorama bag signed by Ralph Simons. And as expected, there was no way to go wrong with Rihanna, Ralph Simons, and photographer Steve Klein. The video for Secret Garden series was a big buzz in the fashion world. After all, it was very different from what was in fashion at the time. The following year, Rihanna and Dior collaborated on a collection of sunglasses, a complete collection of futuristic models. At the time, they were the talk of diorama because of the it bag of the year. Chiara Ferragni, Marion Cotillard, Kris Jenner, and Natalie Portman all wore Dior pieces in their everyday look. Over the years, the Dior and Rihanna relationship has only grown stronger. Whether on the front row or at fashion events, Rihanna has always been around. So far, just one photo, but we're excited for September to check out the full campaign. Yes, our fashion mom is alive. Well, it's a fact, the perfume line is a goldmine for fashion. It is estimated that the global luxury perfume market will grow to $5.59 billion between 2024 and 2028. Yes, $5.59 billion. Whatever the energy, they are on everyone's wish list. Represent different emotions, vanity, sensuality, and confidence. There are no restrictions. The fragrance increases your power and take you to another atmosphere. And no one can deny that campaigns full of luxury captivates us all. What will Versace be without its muscular models on some Italian island? Or Miss Dior without Natalie Portman? Yes, I know, girl. But how did fragrances come into fashion? Moving on to Egypt, Rome, and the Persian Empire, where it meant political status. It was in Greece where it became popular. Years later, when fragrances were developed in France in the 12th century, they were a great success. With the Industrial Revolution, its production increased along with the aromatic products that allowed the creation of the new fragrance, expanding the range of options available. Perfumes were a thing. But it was in 1911 that designer Paul Poiret launched Parfum de Rosen, being the first time that a fashion designer extended his brand to perfumery. At the time, he used it in his business, and it wasn't long before clients asked him to create scents for them as well. Paul Poiret's entry into the world of perfumery paved the way for other fashion designers. Years later, Coco Chanel launched Chanel N5 in 1921, which was a hit with Parisians at the time. 6 years later, Louis Vuitton launched Eros Don't Scents. In 1945, Balmain launched Vent Vent. Christian Dior followed with his first perfume and future classic Miss Dior in 1947. In the following years, Balenciaga, Ladique, Paco Rabanne, Calandri, and Gucci's No. 1 were already winning the hearts of fashion lovers. They were a success, but it wasn't until 1978 when the fashion perfume market got a new face through Calvin Klein. During the 80s, Calvin Klein shook up the world of fashion fragrances with its campaigns when it launched the first version of the perfume, Obsession. Nobody had seen the concept of perfume commercials at the time. Directed by Richard Avedon, they were just the beginning. And when they chose Kate Moss to be the face of the campaign, everything really changed. Obsession made its name and became the favorite perfume of young adults in the 90s. In the 2000s, each Calvin Klein campaign reflected its essence, boldness, simplicity, and youthfulness. The campaign became the lifeblood of the business, and the choice of faces had to be made carefully. There weren't many luxury perfumes without a familiar face. Nicole Kidman for Chanel No. 5 in 2007, Blake Lively for Gucci Premier in 2014, Emma Watson for Prada Paradox in 2022. Every luxury fragrance needs a face to scream the essence of the generation. Well, we know that perfumes are irresistible accessories. No one can deny it. They tell stories and mark unforgettable moments in our lives. Right? They have power and mysteriously speaking about our personality. They always speak about our state of mind. It doesn't matter the note, be it woody, spicy, or floral. There are many aromas that can seem a little vague and difficult to understand. Sure, you know what woody is, but a base of Sicilian lemon? What could that be? But don't worry. Instead, identifying the aesthetics of your perfume can be the easiest way to discover your fragrance. Looking at the aesthetic increase in your chances of understanding if it's made for you. The House of Vanity has put together a list of perfumes that perfectly match your favorite aesthetic. Get your notebook ready. Let's check it. First, if you want to bring the charm and femininity of the clean girl, Miss Dior might be a good idea with floral notes. Secondly, to bring a quiet luxury, nothing better than Loewe 001, which exudes confidence, sophistication, and personality with its notes of jasmine and linen. But if you want something that represents your extroverted and bold side, YSL Libra with the notes of vanilla and cassis communicates your indie sleaze energy. Fourth, for more elegance and lightness, Gucci Bloom brings a good note of jasmine and Chinese honeysuckles to cottagecore. For old money, Opium by Saint Laurent can be the perfect choice to combine with Ralph Lauren's looks and vintage jewelry. And sixthly, to bring the fluidity of ballet core, nothing better than the Classique of Jean-Paul Gaultier. And also Glossier You with soft notes of pink pepper and iris. To breathe life into the rich mom aesthetic, a woman full of personality, sophistication, and strength, Rihanna's J'adore does this very well. And lastly, for a wardrobe full of boldness and prints for the mob wife, Dior's Hypnotic Poison is definitely the best choice. So there is a revival in the fashion scene. Rihanna and Dior are talking a lot about the coming years in fashion. Could this be a marriage of fashion and music? Maybe. I know this may sound common nowadays, but it wasn't always like this. It only started with Lady Gaga in 2009 when she first collaborated with Alexander McQueen. During the first years of the singer's career, the designer was the one who brought her looks to life. Who remembers the lobster shoes in the Bad Romance video? Terry Mugler designed costumes for Beyoncé on the I Am Sasha Fierce tour. In 2019, Pharrell Williams and Chanel, who develop a capsule collection with more than 40 items and 12 ready-to-wear pieces, totally elegant and urban. And last year, Dua Lipa and Versace brought the essence of Italian summer with La Vacanza. So, there are new times for fashion. Stay tuned, nothing will be the same again. Rihanna has just opened a portal in fashion, and we are curious to know what the next steps will be. Will Karlie Kloss stop being a good girl? Will Natalie Portman really give up her place for JISOO? In any case, we are waiting tentatively. What do you think? Comment below. Well, as we bid farewell, we invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, stay stylish, stay chic. XOXO, House of Vanity.